The Act of Killing, Indonesia. In 2003, American filmmaker Joshua Oppenheimer began investigating Indonesia's 1960s mass killings. But instead of interviewing survivors, he focused on the perpetrators. Former death squad members openly described how they killed alleged communists, often speaking with pride. Oppenheimer asked them to reenact their crimes on camera, staging executions and intimidation exactly as they remembered them. The killers treated the process like a performance, adding costumes and dramatic flair. As filming continued, the psychological weight became unbearable, and Oppenheimer suffered fear, exhaustion, and recurring nightmares. Because many perpetrators were still respected and powerful, the documentary was extremely dangerous to produce, forcing Indonesian collaborators to remain anonymous and limiting the film's circulation inside the country. Under the Sun, North Korea. In 2013, Russian filmmaker Vitaly Mansky set out to document daily life in North Korea. After years of negotiation, he was allowed to film a young schoolgirl and her family in Pyongyang under strict government supervision. Officials controlled dialogue, movements, and facial expressions, turning the project into staged propaganda. Mansky secretly kept cameras rolling between takes, capturing handlers instructing citizens how to behave. To protect the truth, the crew hid duplicate footage and smuggled it out of the country. The final film revealed how reality was carefully manufactured. When authorities discovered this, they condemned the project, demanded bans, and permanently prohibited the film inside North Korea. The Cove, Japan. In 2009, filmmakers Louis Psihoyos and former dolphin trainer Rico Berry exposed secret dolphin hunts in Taiji, Japan. Fishermen drove dolphins into a hidden cove, where some were sold to marine parks and others slaughtered for meat. Unable to gain permission, the crew used hidden cameras disguised as rocks, underwater microphones, and night vision equipment. The footage showed dolphins being killed daily, while local officials helped conceal the practice. Japanese authorities criticized the film as biased and culturally offensive, and screenings faced censorship and threats. Despite resistance, the documentary triggered global outrage and won the Academy Award for Best Documentary Feature. Fahrenheit 9/11, United States. In 2004, filmmaker Michael Moore released a documentary examining the aftermath of the September 11th attacks. The film questioned the 2000 U.S. presidential election and explored long-standing connections between American political families, foreign governments, and business interests. It suggested that public fear after the attacks was used to justify wars abroad. Before release, corporate executives attempted to block distribution due to political risk. Once released, the film sparked protests, bans, and accusations of misinformation in several countries. Despite the controversy, it became the highest-grossing documentary of all time. No Fire Zone, Sri Lanka. In 2013, Scottish filmmaker Callum McRae released a documentary exposing war crimes during the final months of Sri Lanka's civil war. The film relied entirely on footage recorded by soldiers and civilians using mobile phones and small cameras. These recordings showed executions, torture, and attacks on civilians inside government-declared safe zones. Refugees were encouraged to gather there, only for the areas to be repeatedly shelled. The footage later became part of international human rights discussions. Sri Lanka's government dismissed the film as propaganda and blocked its release, while several neighboring countries censored it under political pressure. Earthlings, United States. In 2005, filmmaker Sean Monson released a documentary exposing how animals are treated across industries such as food, clothing, entertainment, and scientific research. Using hidden cameras, the film documented factory farms, slaughterhouses, laboratories, and circuses. Animals were shown confined in extreme conditions and subjected to painful procedures. Access to these industries was tightly controlled, making filming slow and risky. While not officially banned, the documentary was avoided by major networks and distributors due to pressure from powerful industries, causing it to spread mainly through online platforms and word of mouth. Titicut Follies, United States. In 1967, filmmaker Frederick Wiseman documented life inside Bridgewater State Hospital, a mental institution for criminally insane patients in Massachusetts. He recorded scenes of neglect, humiliation, and degrading treatment by staff. The footage exposed a system focused on control rather than care. Before public release, government officials intervened, claiming the film violated patient privacy.